Hello and welcome to Odds Checkers coverage of Monday Night Football. What's going on? I am Matt O'Leary alongside Elisha Twerski. Elisha, what's going on?
Well, we can't talk about anything else. We have to start with the Jets. Jets.
Let's go, Mike White.
Yeah.
Victory Monday. It's rare for me. You gotta pump me up when you can. It's very rare.
I know. This is like the second time in a year and a half, like that you've had a victory Monday. What is it? 4 wins in the last 2 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly
okay.
4.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this really is rare, but quarterback of the future.
Maybe we get to break that down on Thursday. So we'll hold off some more Mike White takes for Thursday because I have a lot.
I am so excited.
I love it. So let's hop into this game. We have the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. We will start by talking about the spread. Big favorite. The Chiefs are favored by 10. Any strong feeling here?
Strong is a strong word, but I'm feeling the Giants plus 10. Obviously, we know, everyone knows, anyone who follows football even a little knows Kansas City's struggling. But just if you look at the line, the history, even when Kansas City wasn't struggling, as double-digit favorites in the Mahomes era, 10-2 straight up, but just 5-7 against the spread. Meanwhile, the Giants on the road, 8-3 against the spread since 2020, which is third best in the league. It's too high of a line considering the way Kansas City's playing. I'll take the Giants plus 10.
Okay. I don't have a strong feeling either, but I'm going to go the other way, and I'll try to sell you my case on it. So in the Joe Judge era, the Giants are 0-5 against the spread in non-conference games. Now, as you mentioned, they are significantly better on the road, and this is a high number, but I just feel like with Kansas City, they are at a point in their season where they really can't afford to mess around anymore. And with the Chargers losing a game that I think a lot of people thought they would win, this is a week for them to bounce back and really put themselves back in the playoff conversation. Really can't afford to lose any more games. And just matchup-wise, I don't love this Giants defense. They've been extremely inconsistent all year long. Now, the Chiefs defense obviously isn't very good either, but I just think this is the perfect culmination of the Chiefs offense bouncing back, Patrick Mahomes having his bounce back game on a big stage where the whole world is kind of watching. So I like the Chiefs. I don't love it. Again, 10's kind of a high number, but I don't give the Giants much of a chance in this one.
Right. I mean, it's just a question of we've kind of felt a Chiefs bounce back each of the last couple of weeks, and it didn't happen at all. Last week was just that was the kicker where, they didn't even show up. It was 27-3, I believe it was. They didn't even show up. So I don't know. It's really tough to know. That's why I don't have a strong feeling either way, spread-wise. So it's just tough for me to say, yeah, the Chiefs are going to bounce back, because looking at this team, are they capable? Defensively, offensive line, their weapons aren't looking as dangerous as they used to. So, I hear you. Again, it really could go either way.
Absolutely. So let's transition and get into the point total in this one. The line is set at 52. Any strong feeling here, or is it kind of same boat?
Yeah, same boat. I'll toss this one over to you. I have no strong feeling in the total. If I had to set a total, it would be right around this number of 52. Both of these defenses have been terrible. Giants' offense hasn't been good. Kansas City's offense the last couple of weeks has struggled. So it's just a matter of who's going to show up. And at this point, I have no idea.
Yeah, totally fair. I think I'm leaning towards the under at this number. And usually when you have a matchup where two teams are as bad as what these teams are defensively, the initial reaction would be, okay, you take the over and there's probably going to be a ton of points. But the Giants have combined to hit that number just twice in their games this year. The last 2 weeks, Kansas City's come under this number. I just don't think they're going to be able to score enough where it comes in. Maybe they get to the high 40s, but anything over 50, I don't think I would touch in terms of getting to the over.
Yeah, and I touched on the double-digit number in the Mahomes era. So when the Kansas City Chiefs have been double-digit favorites, the under has hit in 8 of 12 games. So that's a trend you can look to when they are favored big. They do tend to win by a decent margin, and they also tend to they also tend to hit the under. So that's the bet I would go with if I touched it, which I'm not.
All right, so let's take a look at some of the player props this week. I know both of us have a little bit of a play here on the rushing yard, so I'm going to pull that up. What is jumping out to you in terms of the rushing props?
So I've got one. I think if it's all the way at the bottom. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll see Daniel Jones 25.5, over 25.5 at I believe that number, plus 125. That is just so intriguing to me. I mean, I if you gave me 30 at even money, I'd probably take it at this point. Kansas City's allowed the third most rush yards to quarterbacks this season, 34.4. In their last 6 games, they've allowed 47 or more to 3 quarterbacks. Daniel Jones this season has gone over this number in 5 of his 6 healthy games, and he's gone over this number pretty easily. It hasn't been like a real close thing. He's gone over this number pretty easily. They're running him a lot. With Saquon Barkley out, he's going to run even more. So I think he goes over this number easily. I could see him approaching 75 yards on the ground.
I'm also taking Daniel Jones on an over, but I'm going to chicken out a little bit and do the 22.5 at minus 110, just because, I don't know, these things usually tend to bite me in the butt. So I'm going to try to avoid that. But as you said, over that number, 5 of 6 healthy games this year, Chiefs rush defense is really, really bad. Probably, one of the worst in the NFL. So I like the over on the rushing prop. I just don't have it in me to go 25.5 because just bad memories.
Yeah. I mean, we did do the Kyler Murray on Thursday Night Football. I had a really strong feeling about him going over his rushing prop. He actually went over it by I think 1 yard. It was 21, and that was like the lowest number you got was 21. He went over it by 1 yard. So if I'd have been aggressive there, I would not have gotten. I would not have gotten the over. So I hear you. I hear you about being conservative. I just feel like, again, with Saquon Barkley out, they don't have that many weapons. We don't know who's going to be in for this game. So I think he'll go over pretty easily. But I understand being conservative.
Absolutely. And the value on it, as you said, is good at plus 125. So that's going to do it for our coverage of Monday Night Football between the Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure to tune in on Thursday as the takes, I'm sure, will fly.
Ooh, I am ready. Let's do it.